Hey everybody, I've got the long-awaited install video for my plate bracket in the Custom Dynamics LED plate frame. The tools that we're going to need today are a T27 Torx bit. That's going to be star shaped, and a 2mm Allen key bit, and that's the hexagon shaped. And so once you get your license plate off, however it's mounted from your dealer, there's two T27 screws right here, and mine are loosely installed for the video. I'm just gonna pop them off. And your light is gonna be plugged in here. The connection is really easy to take off if you know how you're doing it. So here it is plugged in. There's a little tab on the bike side of the plug. You're just going to push that in and then pull. There's two little notch things to squeeze right here. You don't have to do that. They don't do anything. On the inside of the fender here, there's going to be this guy, and it pops through the fender. All you do to remove it is squeeze in these tabs and then push forward. So what we're going to do is you can either cut this little notch thing off, but what I do is I just flip it around so the this part that goes through the fender is just facing the tire. So we take our stock plate, get the screws out of there. We're going to reuse them. We have our two rubber washers here. They're supplied with your kit. Take our adapter, put the screw through the big hole, and the rubber washer on the back. That's going to protect your paint while you're going down the road. The vibration's not going to scratch up with the back of the bracket. And so now we have these guys. The rubber washers are going to keep the screws in here. So now we're going to take this guy, and again we're going to put this part that goes through the fender, the square hole. I'm going to flip it around towards the tire, and so here's our plate. It's on the frame already. I put it through the hole and put this guy on the back so you can line it up. And you hold the plate with your palm and your thumb while you shimmy everything else together. And this part is easier to plug in while you're out here. And this is totally fine to hold it like that. You're not going to break the wire or anything. So we push that plug in until you hear the audible click. Once you hear the click, that's how you know it's secure. You can give it a little tug to make sure that the clip is all good to go. If you don't hear the click, keep pressing. You might have to press kind of hard. This will come loose if you don't hear the click. So again, we're going to hold the plate. Basically just put your palm on the bottom of the fender, rest the plate there, take our bracket on the back, use your fingers behind the fender, align this guy here, you can get your big screws started. Okay, so our two big screws they're loosely threaded. While it's loose, you can line it up so it's centered and covering the square hole. You want to make sure before you tighten it that your connector is all the way through the hole and not going to get pinched behind the bracket. So this adapter is plenty strong. You don't need to crank these down too hard. Like just with a screwdriver is fine. You don't need to put a wrench on it, so you don't want to risk cracking your adapter. I've already pre-bent my frame and stuck it in the plate holder. We're going to switch the bit from the T27 back to the 2mm. And now just once again we're going to put these 4 screws in loosely before we tighten them, just in case you have to shimmy anything around. So all 4 of these screws, they're on there snug but not tight. You can go back and tighten them if you need to. Once again, no need to over tighten these guys. The threads are just melted into the plastic. So if you over tighten it, those threads can pull out. Tighten it with a screwdriver or something like this. No need to put any kind of a wrench or over tighten it. That is installed. We're gonna come underneath here. I'll show you the wire. So that's our wire just as it sits right now. What I do is take it and wedge it behind that bracket that we turned around. And that's good enough for me. If you want to, you can run a zip tie through here just to make sure that it doesn't come out. I've ran it this way for probably over 1,000 miles and it's never jumped out of that little bracket. So I've came out with a couple of different versions of the bracket. This is my earlier one. So if you have one of these, the LED wire just goes through the brake in the top and then through your fender. And if you have the smaller square hole, you're just gonna plug it through here and then through your fender. Alright, so now we're all done. The last step that you're gonna wanna do is turn your bike on and make sure that these LEDs here light up. And now we've got our bracket, our frame, our plate, and it lights up. So once you have all that, you're good to go. Thank you for watching, and make sure to check out my Facebook page or my Etsy page to see any other products that I'm coming out with. I've got a couple of things in the works right now. Just follow me there to stay up to date if you're interested in more stuff. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.